Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
30 seconds remaining.
But you know, it's good to say I doubt it will stand up to something. I haven't been disrespectful to you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean.
Oh, welcome to Mayor in the Morning. It is morning. I am Chrissie Mayr. What's up? I can't believe it. July is flying by. I'm not okay with it. I already feel the impending doom of August, so I'm not pleased. It's going by way too fast. It is Friday, July 28th. Happy weekend. Happy Friday. Very exciting to Friday Night Tights is tonight. That'll be starting at the normal time of 4 p.m. Eastern on Nerdrotics channel. Before I get into some very important, crucial stories of the day, I have some shows to promote. I'm going to be going to Texas, my gosh, in like less than 2 weeks. I really should book a flight. Texas people, I will be headlining in Austin Wednesday, August 9th at Roscoe's Comedy Club. Get your tickets now. 10 o'clock show. Lila Hart will be opening for me at that show. It's on East 7th Street. So I feel like that's in the main part of town. Love Austin. Keeping Austin weird. I'm also doing Drinking Bros while I'm in town. Also popping by onto InfoWars. So very excited about that. Then we got Anime Matsuri coming up in Houston, August 10th through the 13th. I have one costume so far. I'm going to be Missy? What the heck's her name? From Pokemon. She's a trainer with red hair. I picked that costume because it is simple, and all I had to do was buy red sneakers and red suspenders because I had a tank top. I had a yellow tank top and jean shorts. But I was told a little bit too late that Missy or Misty, I think it's Misty. I was told that she's very thin, and I am not. So I'm going to be calling my cosplay Thick Misty. And I have a little egg Pokemon. What the hell is it called? A Togepi. So that's going to be kind of probably a sad costume. But maybe I have time to think of something else. So anyway, come to Anime Matsuri. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have a Simpcast booth where you can come see me, possibly Melanie Mack, Lila Hart, possibly Brittany Venti, possibly Ashton Birdie. We'll all be hanging out there. Then I'm headlining in Houston Friday, August 11th at the Secret Group. Nice early show. Let me check my settings. I want to make sure my microphone is not being gay. No, it's fine. Yes, Secret Group Friday, August 11th. Nice early show, 7 o'clock. Lila Hart is featuring there as well. Then I'm back to Long Island, October 27th and 28th at the Brokerage. Come on out, Long Island. Then I'm back in Tampa, December 3rd. It's not on my calendar yet. Back in Tampa, December 3rd at Side Splitters. Very excited to go back to Florida, working on some other things to pad out that trip. Then we got San Diego in March, but that's a ways away. It'll be fun. Working on a couple other things for September, working on Vegas, possibly for the spring. So things are happening, guys. What's up, Accident Seller? No offense to Gary, etc., but it's so good to finally watch someone with teats for once. Gonna simp a few super chats your way, baby girl. Thank you, Accident Seller. NOK, what is that? Norwegian? I don't know what kind of currency that is, but thank you. Thank you. It is You wake up and find out Chrissy broke into your house. It is morning. I am Chrissie Mayr. Yes, if you missed me and Fealty's whatever Wednesday on Wednesday, my goodness, you really missed out, because you missed my whole zoo story. I had a bit of a zoo debacle this past week. We were in Philly, taking the stepson to the Philly Zoo, to a Phillies game. I ate many cheesesteaks. I stepped on the scale this morning, and the scale basically said, "Get your fucking shit together, you fat fuck." That's what the scale said, and I was like, "Wow." I didn't realize there was this much room on the scale for it to say that, but that is what it told me. And a bunch of alarms went off. I was like, I had no idea this scale even had alarms, bells. It was very embarrassing. Everybody in the house could hear. So it's amazing. Like, never lose track of your scale, ladies and gentlemen, because the second you go a week without getting on the scale, or 2 weeks even, it's like it's gonna let you know. So I gotta come back to the light. I'm not having a White Claw. Don't worry. It's no big deal. It's just 7 pounds. Easy on, easy off. That's what my Weight Watchers leader always used to say. So yeah, had fun in Philly. I'm putting together we went to the zoo. I love zoos, by the way. It's like my happy place. I'm gonna put together a montage of all the animals I saw. There were flamingos, there were hippos. The hippos were sort of swimming. I don't even know if they were swimming so much as they're just walking on the bottom of the pool because they're so fucking fat. Uh, I saw a red panda. I saw gorillas, chimps. There were like little ducks. There was a bird enclosure, like an aviary, I think it's called. And I got to pet a giraffe for $6. They gave me some giraffe leaves, and you sit there and you wait an hour. No, it felt like an hour. I was sitting there a very long time waiting for one of the giraffes to notice me. I was trying to look taller and everything. And it took a very long time, but finally he came over and ate my leaves, and I petted the side of his mouth. It was so cute. It was so worth it. And then there was a goat, like a petting zoo full of goats. So I petted a bunch of goats. There was a goat there who started to nibble on my bag. I realized I brought the absolute wrong bag to bring to a goat petting zoo, which is a bag made of straw. My bag is made of his food. Like, so he kept trying to like nibble at my bag, and then he started to like nibble at my dress. It was so cute. I was worried he was gonna like bite a hole into it. He didn't. He just wanted to like, I don't know, see how it felt in his mouth. I don't know what goats are thinking. I can't tell you their motivation, but there were some pretty chill goats there that were okay with being pet, and they always tell you like, don't pet their head. But I was like doing a little behind the ear scratch, which I think they like. Everyone likes that. Dogs, people, goats. Animals at the zoo can't consent. Oh, I read their body language. Like if they're not feeling social, I'm not gonna push it. So yes, gonna get off bread this week. Gonna get back on my intermittent fasting game. Gonna get back to the gym. Like vacationing is nice, but unless you have a gym program, like a good gym and a plan, uh, I find myself like after a few days, like after 3 days, like 4 days of not working out, I start like getting really antsy. Like it's very distracting and hard for me to enjoy what I'm doing because I'm so maybe what I'm describing is an eating disorder, but I get worried like, what am I gonna get back to the gym? Where am I at? What have I been eating? I like some. I didn't need to have 3 cheesesteaks in a matter of 3 or 4 days. Like, it didn't need to happen, but it did. We went back to Gino's Steaks. I know it's a tourist trap, but hear me out. If you go to Philly, they say, "Don't go to Gino's, don't go to Pat's," because they're 2 cheesesteak places that are right on the corner from each other. And people who are snooty, Philly people be like, "Oh, you have to go here. You have to go here. Don't go there. just tourist trap. Ugh, it's a subpar steak. But if you go to Philly 3 and 4 times, you kinda have to go to the tourist traps, like, you have to go to Geno's and Pat's because that's, like, the baseline from which your Philly cheesesteak, journey must begin. How are you gonna know if it's better than Geno's and Pat's unless you've had Geno's and Pat's steaks? So, go there first, and then you know if you go to a better place, you go, "Oh, okay." You can sort of rank them in your head. There was a Philly cheesesteak place in the Philly Stadium. I forget what it was called, but it was pretty decent. The meat was tasty, but there wasn't as much, like, sloppy, wet cheese on there. Like, if you're a person who likes a lot of sloppy, wet cheese, then Geno's is probably the place for you. It's, like, very moist, but you can't really see the cheese. The cheese sort of melts into the fabric of the meat, and then the onions, it all sort of becomes one. Oh, we got the soft pretzels, Davina. Don't you worry. We got a box of 50, which alarmed me. Like, I was like, well, I'm not going to a bake sale, not going to a school, not going. We just have 50 soft pretzels, but we've been giving them out to family. We we dropped some off to an uncle. We dropped some off to the neighbors. I just had one. I had one soft Philly pretzel. And the thing is, they're not like the typical looking pretzel-shaped pretzel with, like, the 2 a typical, a pretzel-shaped pretzel, it's got almost like a heart shape, but these, it's really, like, almost looks like a figure 8, the Philly pretzels. So there. Yeah, it's soft. You just need a few bites, you don't really need to eat the whole thing. That's my lesson. Every time I go I go on, like, a semi vacation. I just come back, like, annoyed with how much I've eaten. Young Pei Chang, White Claw Surge 19-ounce cans have finally arrived from our distro. What's a distro? I will never forgive them for shrinking the 24-ounce for a shameless cash grab. Cheers. Oh, wow. That's dangerous, Young Pei Chang. Not only is it a White Claw Surge, but it's like this is the typical can size, right? 12 ounces. If you're getting a surge bigger than this, hope be ready for the fucking ambulance. That's all I can say. Yeah, I'm gonna try to cool it on the surges. I'm only gonna have one surge a night. Not that I'm drinking every night, but like if I'm gonna drink, I'm just gonna have one surge and then go back to regular claws. Because I can't have another episode like I had on the member stream where I'm yakking all night. I don't have time for that. Okay. I'm too old to be puking all night long. I have things to do, people. Accident Sellers back. I'm a new subscriber, so forgive my ignorance. But what did you think of the Barbie movie? Is it funny? Is it insulting towards men, as they say? Don't believe the haters when it comes to the Barbie movie. And I did a whole review. Me and my friends Keanu Thompson, Lindsay Sabinosh, and Kate Meany, we all went and saw the Barbie movie last Sunday. And we went to the Elmo Draft House in Yonkers. We did a live review from the movie theater immediately following the movie. So that was very cool of them to let us do that there. And they actually were very excited about that. They want us to come back and do more movie reviews. So that'll be pretty cool. I thought it was fun. I don't think it's a movie for men. If you're a woman between the ages of, say, 25 and 75, you're gonna like it because either you yourself played with Barbies or you bought Barbies for a daughter or like a girl in your life. I think the people who didn't like this movie were quick to judge it on kind of a superficial level because they saw Barbie kind of not really caring for Ken. They saw all the girls together, girls meaning Barbie dolls. Um, they were, I think people who didn't like it were triggered by some of the visuals, which I do understand because for the last 10 years, 8-10 years, we've seen in movies and film when we see a pro-female message that's usually coupled with an anti-man message, like a feminist message, like I don't need men, I don't want men. But I think in the case of the Barbie movie, it was a pro-female message without necessarily being an anti-man message because it's all from the point of view of your typical girl who play with Barbies, which is like somebody my age, somebody like in their 30s or 40s or whatever. And it's from the point of view, like that's why the opening scene, Barbie is floating down to her car because she's being played with by whatever girl in the real world is playing with her. So there's Barbie world, which is like your imagination world. Like when you're a kid and you're playing with your toys, that's the world. That's Barbie world. Okay, so yeah, nobody has genitals, but also nobody's like having sex or doing adult things. And I think Barbie's lack of interest in Ken is because of that, not because she's just not into guys yet. You're not into boys yet when you're playing with Barbies. You're a kid still. You're between the ages of like, I don't know, 7 and 14. It's just not really much of a thought yet, or at least it wasn't in the good old days when I was growing up. So don't confuse the lack of interest in Ken for misandry. It is simply just sort of childhood innocence, really. And because I remember when I played with Ken as a kid, I wasn't like anti-man. Ken was just he really was kind of like an accessory. It's like he wore the outfit that went with that one dress, so I'd bust him out for like date night. And then I would sort of like bang them together. That was the extent of my man-woman relations as a kid. I just would bang the dolls together. I didn't know what was going where. And then you kind of put Ken away, and then she's in a car, she's in a house, she's walking around. Like, I mostly why I loved Barbie is just for all the outfit changes, and I think that is reflected in the movie because there are so many outfit changes. I don't agree with the fact that people think this film was geared towards children. I'm not seeing that at all. I know Greta Gerwig's body of work. She has been described as a progressive conservative, so she might be slightly a little bit based, Greta Gerwig. I haven't really like loved her other films, but she plays with adult themes of what it means to be a woman. So none of that to me says like it's bring your kid. I know it's PG-13, but if you're bringing a kid younger than 20 years old to the Barbie movie, like they're just not going to enjoy it. They're not going to understand the jokes. It's all going to be over their head. I love the visuals, love the cinematography, love the outfits. I think it's funny. I went with my girlfriends. We laughed the whole time. And I don't know if that's because we were doing shots outside in the parking lot before the movie. It sure helped. It couldn't have hurt. And we did drink throughout the whole movie. So I thought it was really funny. Ryan Gosling is hilarious. He's very cheeky, and it's very rare that you see this, but you could see him really enjoying himself in the role of Ken. He plays it very kind of tongue in cheek, not almost sarcastically. Um, he has fun, so you as the viewer want to have fun. Margot Robbie's just gorgeous. She's perfect. She's S tier. It was a great casting. I want to know who else was in the running for this movie. I wonder if what's his face? I wonder if Ryan Reynolds was in the running for this movie. He would have been great, and I think a classic Ken because he is a brunette. But Margot Robbie was outstanding. Yes, there was a trans redhead Barbie, but they did us the favor of not making a big show of it. They weren't grandstanding about it. There was no like, "Doot, doot, 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 everyone look at the trans Barbie." You just sort of, you either noticed it or you didn't. Of course, I'm going to watch the redheaded Barbie very closely, and I was like, that's too much jaw. God damn it. But then, you kind of move on. But that did bother me. Just because I'm a redhead and I want the redhead Barbie to be very hot. Is that so much to ask? That I want representation? Um, so I would say if you position yourself politically to be like very, very right, you're probably not going to love it or understand it. But if you find yourself somewhere in the middle politically, if you know what I mean, like went to a liberal arts college or have friends who are feminists or have friends who are millennial women, like you will understand some of the jokes. Maybe that is why I appreciated the movie because I was a huge feminist, so I understood what they were making fun of. Not that you have to be a feminist to enjoy it, not at all. I just thought it's not as bad as they're saying it is. It was very lighthearted. It was fun. It was funny. It's definitely like good, like girls' night out movie. And it was the type of movie that you want to bring your friends to, which is going to be great for sales. It was like an outing. It was like an event. And a movie like that doesn't come around very often. I didn't find it insulting towards men. I just found it like they just weren't into men. She just was trying to figure her shit out. I didn't love the ending. She ultimately decides to, live in the adult human world and like go to a gynecologist, which signifies like I have the parts, which makes me a real woman now. But I would have loved her and Ken to sort of like kiss at one point, but again, it's through the lens of whatever kid is playing with the doll. So you're not going to see that. I've said too much. The only explanation I have with the only XP I have with playing with Barbie is repeatedly running over my sister's dolls with my RC monster truck. We are on speaking terms still. Holy shit, I can't believe you did that to her Barbie. Me and my sister shared a room upstairs in our parents' house, and my brother was downstairs, and we like rarely, if ever, played together. My brother was very much a loner. He was always reading. He had a Game Boy, but that was really it. He wasn't like a big gamer. I don't even think he really had computer games. He just was like, he played the violin. He loved to read. I guess that's why he became a civil engineer, because he was the fucking smartest one of all of us. And then me and my sister played with Barbies. She played with them, I think personally, longer than she should have, like well into ninth grade. She was still playing Barbies. But yeah. So our toys didn't really commingle. I think I got a hand-me-down Barbie house. I don't think it was a Barbie dream house. It just was like a type of house that we got from a neighbor. Because my parents were like not buying us a ton of shit. It was not like now where kids get everything they want all the time. Oh, yeah, I heard Anna didn't like it. I understand why Anna didn't like it, and I haven't watched her review yet, but she doesn't like when she says I don't like politics, what she means is she doesn't like kind of basically what you would call stereotypically adult themes to go into her movies. And it's really hard to make a movie without any adult themes coming in unless you have a cartoon, basically. Because if you're going to make a movie for adults to go see taking place in, say, 2023, like, how are you not going to have ideas about dating come in? How are you going to have ideas about like men and women's roles? What's expected of them socially? So I want to see her review. But she is someone who's going to be immediately turned off if she perceives anything like political or I guess any type of if she perceives any kind of a virtue signal in there or anything at all that she even thinks could be woke, she's going to be turned off. But there are so many Barbie movies made for kids. There are tons of cartoon movies out there. Yeah. Anyway. Did I like The Little Mermaid remake? I enjoyed parts of it only because of the nostalgia aspect. I enjoyed Barbie way more than The Little Mermaid remake. I thought it was because it's a great story. How do you not like it? I mean, like the race swapping was a little tiresome for me, but I don't know. I like the story. I like that they kissed. I'm just a regular person. Young Pei Chang highlighting a suggestion from Incoherent Turd in the chat, maybe having a debate and discussion with Anna about the movie. Yeah, like if she is going to come on Simcast this Sunday, that would be a good opportunity to get her take on it. I know that she was on Keanu Cast on Wednesday, and her and Keanu were talking about it, so I'm going to listen to that as well. I'm not blue-pilled. Okay, I just can understand. I can understand and appreciate things. Also, not everything has to be so fucking serious. Not everything has to be the end of the world. Like if a Barbie seems to not be interested in Ken, it doesn't mean like blow the alarm. I think I liked Ethan Van Sciver, his take on it. He gets it. Every movie must end with a kiss, kind of. It doesn't hurt. I am bimbo pilled. Thank you. Twitter is X now. When did this happen? This happened just this week. It's sneakily while I was looking the other way. Now it's called X. People are worried that the X symbol is like a Masonic symbolism. I don't agree with that. Let's see what's going on in fun news. Should we talk about dumpster diapers? Dumpster. Oh, let's talk about this is fun. A 38-year-old Florida manatee. Speaking of me gaining weight, a 38-year-old Florida manatee dies after high-intensity relations with brother. Oh, no. Oh, no. Florida manatee died earlier this year after having too much high-intensity relations with his brother. Wait, his brother? So this is gay. They were gay manatees. Oh, no. Right? His brother. Necropsy results revealed that 38-year-old Hugh died in April after succumbing to tragic injuries caused by relations with another larger male manatee. Oh my God. Alex Jones is not only is Alex Jones right about the frogs, this now extends to the manatees, clearly, because they are gay and they're fucking each other to death. Okay. One of the fatal injuries was a 14.5 centimeter rip in Hugh's colon. Oh my God. What were they doing? The USDA report obtained by ABC7 said a fecal sample collected from Hugh. Imagine this is your job, measuring the injuries of a manatee, and then you have to be the one to, with your clipboard and your white coat, you have to go over and be like, this manatee fucked its brother, and there was some anal injuries. They were serious, and that is the cause of death. Like, you got to get in there and do a fecal sample when you're like, this manatee died from gay sex. Case closed. Can I stop doing tests, please? A fecal sample collected from Hugh after the encounter confirmed the presence of fresh blood. Oh, blood. But employees at the Moat Marine Laboratory and Aquarium reportedly allowed the brothers to continue in engaging in high intensity interactions. Oh, and occasional penetration throughout the day. What? Why would they let this go on? This is irresponsible. Ugh, I bet these marine people are woke. They're like, oh, just let the manatees be gay. It's Pride Month. Oh, wait, he died last year. Oh, earlier this year. Why am I just hearing about this now if he died earlier in the year? This is unacceptable, though. At approximately 5:15 p.m., the larger male, the bear, I guess you would say, or the bottom. Oh, no, the larger one was topping. See, this is why chaos ensued. The larger one is not supposed to top. From what I hear, the larger male was observed penetrating the smaller male again. When the larger male swam away, the smaller male was seen unresponsive at the bottom of the pool. Oh my God. Literally, imagine you're a manatee and you are raped by your brother to death. And then he just swims away. Did people say that human beings are savage? I think manatees are the worst. Oh my God, was this even consensual? This is terrible, though. Oh my goodness. I do not like this. Handlers maintain that Hugh and Buffett, that was the brother's name, Buffett had been engaging in consensual and natural mating behavior for 2 months leading up to Hugh's death. I guess we're never going to know, though. I would like to hear from the one that's still alive. Explain yourself. What were you thinking? This months-long heightened sexual activity between the two brothers, the only manatees in the aquarium. Well, there you have it. They couldn't rustle up a female manatee for them? Come on, it's like jail. At some point, you're going to drop the soap. Was the first time the pair had seen observed and initiating and mutually seeking interactions for each other. This is sad. There's only so much romaine lettuce you can eat. You know, maybe the manatee appetite requires more than that. Yikes. Maybe they just were sad. Maybe they were bored. Maybe there was like a turf war going on, but also gross. Ugh. 14.5 centimeter rib in his colon. How big is that even? Like this? Jesus cripes. Okay. There were no obvious signs of discomfort or stress. How do you know? Such as listing, crunching, or active avoidance that would have triggered a need for intervention. Probably because he was like resigned himself to it. He's like, well, I guess it's time for my brother to rape me again. Followed by more romaine lettuce. This is sad. Animal keepers allowed the pair to continue necking without attempts to separate the two out of fear it would cause undue anxiety and negative effects in both manatees. Oh, so you'd rather just let the brother keep fucking the other brother? Like, I don't want them to get anxious. What about the guy that died? Do you think he was anxious? Probably because it was a big pain in the ass. They probably didn't have 2 manatee tanks. Who wants to separate 2 manatees fucking and then put one in another tank? I think they were just lazy. I think they were just lazy. They weren't doing their job. Experts tried redirecting Hugh and Buffett's attention from one another while heavily monitoring the two. See, all he wanted was a female. Okay, he's even trying to kiss this human female. He was just horny. He's trying to mount this chick from New Jersey, and he can't because he's behind glass. So he had to stick it to his brother. Unbelievable. On April 29th, animal staff noticed a significant change in Hugh's behavior, prompting them to collect the bloody stool sample, but did not interfere with Buffett's continued efforts to mount his ailing brother. What? See, this is unacceptable. They see he's hurt. He has a bloody stool sample, but they're not going to stop his brother from trying to fucking bang him out. Moat claims its team had been adequately following protocol and veterinarian advice. And that is what we will continue to strive for, serving as a gold standard for animal health and well-being, as we have shown throughout it. Yeah, you can't put another manatee in with this guy again. Buffett, you're alone now, okay? Can't keep your bins to yourself. Oh, what is he eating? Swiss chard? That looks good. For months, you're letting this manatee fuck its brother. I'm upset with this aquarium. Thank you for your continued support during this heartbreaking time. Our Moat family continues to mourn the loss of Hugh, and we know you did. Yeah, right. You let this happen. You stood by and watched. Both Hugh and Buffett have lived at the Moat Marine Laboratory and Aquarium in Sarasota since 1996 and are the world's only 2 manatees to participate in voluntary detailed behavioral research designed to aid manatee conservation. Well, you're doing a shitty job at conserving because you just let one fuck the other one to death. Moat did not immediately respond to the post comment for request. Yeah, because they know they fucked up. Let's go to the comments. How in the Sam Hill can 2 sea mammals volunteer to participate in behavioral research? Yeah, exactly. There's no informed consent from an animal. Why were there no female manatees? Thank you. Why were there no female manatees in the project, forcing 2 brothers to default with mating with each other, as if they were in prison? This is exactly what I said. Essentially, these quacks allowed the weaker manatee to die because of unprofessional animal husbandry management. I agree. Yep. Yes, but if they fell in love, it would have made for a great children's book. I can't with you guys. Fry Guy, let's be serious. This is the researchers' way. I guarantee you they are gay of telling us it's normal to be gay. Well, look what the end result is. Exactly. The poor manatees were prisoners, not volunteers, ripped from their natural environment. At the very least, the male manatees should have had female manatee companions. That's what, yeah, come on, man. Even an ugly female manatee, just sort of scrape one up, throw one in there. How about a dolphin? Something. That lab should have been fined. At the least, the whole operation should be closed. They allowed one animal to kill another in an environment where the smaller animal could not swim away and hide to protect itself for the purpose of observation. Yeah, I think they wanted them to be gay. I agree. So instead of protecting animals in their charge, they too are pushing an agenda to the ultimate detriment of their wards. Sounds like Dems and today's public school teachers. uh, What's nonsense is, quote, consensual same sex between mammals. What was happening was hierarchical dominance. They should have separated and at the very least placed with females. They shouldn't have been held in captivity to begin with. I agree with the comments. Well, I've learned that male manatees in prison do the same thing as male humans in prison. They were so obsessed with trying to push a gay animal narrative that they didn't care that the lack of females in the aquarium environment was causing the larger male to rape the smaller one repeatedly and violently until it killed him. That's not an aquarium. That's Chicago prison life. Or a summer in Provincetown. Damn. It's unnatural for the animals to be without a female for so long. Yep. They were just going nuts. Wow. That's really sad. Ugh. Well, I think we all learned a little something today. If you ever have a manatee, love is love. Stop it, Mo Green. That's not the takeaway here. I think they were trying to force just as a yeah, maybe it was just it's a porn scenario. Oh, brother, I'm caught in the seaweed. Come get me. Very upsetting. Very upsetting. Yeah, probably the smaller manatee was anxious as fuck. Probably like sleeping with one eye open, constantly looking around his shoulder. You're telling me that's not stressful? You have a much bigger animal just like looking at your butt beehole all the time. Deranged Lunatic, I saw Sound of Freedom. It's a very powerful movie. I still haven't seen it yet. Maybe this weekend I can go see it. Because I no one will see it with me. I had to go see it by myself. Which I'm not against a by myself movie. I just gotta really schedule it. But I've heard it's good. Young Pei Chang. Now they're grooming the friggin' manatees. They are. They're swimming in gay waters. No, I think it was more just like it's prison-like living. And I'm sure these manatees were not like it's like you're old, like you're an elderly manatee who doesn't have the energy to get it up anymore. They were probably like still of age to have those instincts. But yeah, it was more about dominance because I'll sometimes see Muffin and Waffles, who are both spayed, both girls. Like, I'll sometimes see Waffles try to hump Muffin. I'll be like, what are you even doing? You don't even have the equipment with which to hump. And like, where did you get that idea from? It's pretty crazy. But I think it's about dominance. Accident Cellar. This article is going to trigger Gary's PTSD. Hashtag soap. Oh. They're making the freaking manatees gay. No, I don't think Frank would wanna see it. I think he doesn't like a serious movie like that. He likes to see the movies he likes to see, and I usually just go along with it. And then if I want to see a movie I want to see, I have to go either by myself or with girlfriends. Unless I really make like a huge stink of it, which I don't. I just figure it out. I don't really make a big deal of it, I guess. Because I'm like, I'm not going to force somebody to go see a movie they don't want to see. That's not fun. Okay, this is fun. Dumpster diver takes aim at Starbucks after finding unopened food, coffee beans, and unused cups in trash bags. Uh-oh. You know, I appreciate this person for publicly stating that she is a dumpster diver. A dumpster diver has claimed she discovered tons of unexpired packaged food in Starbucks trash bags. Anna Sachs, who goes by the handle The Trash Walker on Instagram and TikTok, has been recording her trash walks. Okay. She's in Manhattan. I must find her. I would love to join her. I used to go through, I used to live by a bagelry in Williamsburg, and they would throw out like huge garbage bags full of bagels, and I always knew like where to go. And sometimes me and a couple friends would just, like raccoons, open the bag and take bagels out and eat them. And they were still fine. And look, I'm fine. Okay, so she roams Manhattan streets in her puncture-proof gloves and sifts through garbage bags. Since she's been doing this since 2018, so you can tell this is not a pandemic hobby. Okay, she's been doing this since 2018. Her most recent video has racked up more than 2.7 million views so far and shows mountains of garbage bags filled to the brim with unopened food, coffee beans, and unused cups outside of what she claims is a New York City Starbucks. Yeah, I'm surprised because I've bought food from Starbucks that, oh, you're like, oh, this is going to be expiring tomorrow. She took to TikTok to document the moment her spidey trash bag senses went off. Why does my nose itch so much? At a now permanently closed shop, revealing all of the items that were allegedly thrown out that could have been donated. Oh, so a Starbucks was closing, and instead of, well, you can't blame the employees because they're just doing what they're told. And like if they don't have the channels, I don't know. I guess you have taken initiative and be like, we have all this food, and just call some places up. I guess you could. There she is. Oh my God. Why do we look alike? That's not good. Me and the trash worker should team up. I have hoop earrings. Look at all this. Not the egg bites. Oh my God. That's what I get. So there's egg bites here, croissants, bagels. Ooh, individually wrapped even. Oh my goodness. Look at all this. Should we look at the gallery? Do we dare? Oh my God. And everything bagel. Look, just cups. They're just throwing out the cups. That's crazy. You could definitely donate to a soup kitchen, or I don't know. But then does Starbucks not want to look like it's associating with a soup kitchen? I don't know what the rules are. Brownies and croissants, bagels. Wow. Oh no. Oh, these are bacon Gruyere egg bites. This is my go-to. This is my go-to at Starbucks. They're so good because these have the most protein of any of the egg bites at Starbucks. My goodness, the biscotti. Beans, just beans. Oh, these aren't grounds. These are beans. Oh, someone's like, I used to work at a Starbucks. We would throw so much trash out at the end of the day. Okay. How do I make this go away? Wow. Oh no. Here it goes. I want to see her TikTok. Trash walker. Wow. Okay. She's got multiple articles. Wow. Look at all the cups. So this used to be a Starbucks on the Upper West Side. It's closed. My Spidey trash bag senses were tingling. Anna said as she dug through the garbage. The dumpster diver showed a bag filled with unopened, packaged Starbucks egg bites that were still cold. In the video, she shows a croissant that lists an expiration date of October 23. All right. Well, I wouldn't trust a croissant that is going to last till October. That's probably full of preservatives. She also showed footage of an entire bag filled with coffee grounds. Okay, a trash bag of unused cups. I think this is why we need to have legislation for store closing because this entire trash bag shouldn't happen, she said as she showed a bag filled with unused Starbucks paper and plastic cups. She claimed the other trash bags were filled with napkins, gift cards, croissants, tea, brownie. The employees are probably just told to throw every single thing out. Anna accused Starbucks of being wasteful. But if it were me, man, I love to hoard. I would have taken the whole thing home and just given them out to friends. There's a church across the street from the Starbucks, and they probably would have taken everything. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Starbucks need to recognize when they close stores, this wastefulness is not acceptable. Anna had previously called out the coffee giant for food waste back in 2021. If I happened upon a trash bag full of cold egg bites, yes, I would take them. If they were melting in the sun, no. Wow, all the beans. Starbucks beans. Wow, a whole bag. Damn. Yeah, I would fill up a couple Tupperwares, take home some coffee. Oh, here it is. Here's your TikTok. I wonder where this is on the Upper West Side. Wow. Maybe they leave them kind of there for the homeless people to take. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Okay, she took these. She took some of the eggs. Okay. All right, she took the egg bites. That's good. Yeah, freeze those little betties. Those will keep. Wow. Oh, I just want to put my hand through that. I don't know why that looks so satisfying. All the cups. Damn. What do you think, guys? Would you take this stuff? I mean, you don't want to become a hoarder. There's a fine line between reduce, reuse, recycle, and hoarding. What would you guys do? I don't love to hoard. I just I know who I am, and I know I come from a long line of hoarders. Not to the point where you can't get in a room, but I definitely hang on to stuff way way longer than I need to. I hang on to stuff I don't use, and when you're kind of raised with a poor person mentality, when you see a lot of something, you're like, "Oh, I need to take all of this because I don't know when I'm gonna see this much of this stuff again." That's why I get excited at sales. I'm like, "Oh my god, there's never gonna be another sale again. I must act quickly." So I would take this whole thing home. Whew. Interesting. You would take the biscottis would last forever. Accidental seller, BRB, gonna write shameless gay manatee fanfics now. Oh, she's eating the egg bites. Oh my god. She's eating it. Oh, she went to Pret. Okay, she goes to all different restaurants and stores. In 2016, Starbucks promised to donate 100% of its unsold food that it was still safe to eat to other locations. According to USA Today, the coffee chain estimated that it would reach 100% donation rate by 2021. Yeah, it looks like that's a load of bullshit. By 2020, only 60% of the locations were participating, the New York Post said. A spokesperson for Starbucks told Daily Mail that what was depicted in Anna's video is an isolated situation. Oh, it's so easy to say that. In this video, Starbucks can confirm that the food pictures was no longer deemed safe to transfer or donate per food donation standards, and per policy were required to discard. The Starbucks food share program was available at this store, and in partnership with Feeding America, regular food donations went to the food bank. Okay, they're coping. Our partner-driven food share program is backed by research and quality assurance testing to ensure Starbucks is safely donating nourishing, ready-to-eat meals to people who struggle with hunger. Okay, so they're saying it was not appropriate to donate, such as unopened or non-damaged packaged foods, ready-to-eat products. It looked like all this stuff was ready to go, though. I think they just were lazy and like, fuck it, we're throwing it out. Despite the food in Anna's video being unopened, the spokesperson remained adamant the food thrown away didn't meet the food safety regulations. Well, can they say why? Speaking on the coffee giant's food sharing program, they noted Starbucks food share program is available at all company operated stores in the US and Canada. Okay, so this is like more corporate jargon. In every company owned store in the US or Canada, our standard nightly store closing guide includes instructions to prepare all approved to donate food or food share. When a company-owned store in the US or Canada relocates, our policy is that all product that is transferable should be transferred to a local. Yeah, it just looks like they didn't do that because maybe there isn't one nearby. But I also think this is just they're full of shit. Wow. Okay, and then of course they talk about how much they have donated to make it look better. Oh, look, Starbucks has donated 4 million pounds of food or 3.5 million meals. Okay. At Starbucks, our goal is that we don't care about your goals. We're just like, look at what you did. Look what you did, you little jerk. Our goal is to donate 100% of approved to donate food. They want to reduce waste by 50% by 2030. Ugh. Everyone's got an agenda for 2030. Okay, more corporate jargon. They've donated so many million meals. This is shocking. I used to work at Starbucks. We would toss so much food away at the end of the day. I would take as much home as I could because it was insane. God, this is depressing. Thanks for the work you do. Yeah. I think they're just being lazy. I think they inflate their numbers. And I think a lot of the food wasn't expired, but they just were like, eh, just throw it out. Wow. Well, if you're hungry, guys, you know to just hang around a Starbucks and go through the bags and see what you find. In fact, that's what I want to do. Oh my God, Young Pei Chang, how generous. Thank you for the 50. Thank you for the pink boy, as my buddy Camelot would say. That girl clearly hasn't worked retail ever. Even gas stations will toss not yet expired bread and milk out as soon as the vendors bring in new stuff. Shelf space is worth more than food. They can't donate it and they lose money if they could. Okay. Maybe they just make maybe they just make so much. They just didn't have the room to keep all of it. Or maybe by the time they send it to a new store, it would be close to expired. I don't know. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. Thank you, Young Pei. Super generous. Guess what? My candle's almost done. Which is perfect. Like, shout out to Yankee candles. I hate the ones in jars. They have the tendency to tunnel and they're a big pain in the ass. I like this one in the plain glass. It burns smoothly, quickly. It's like, okay, good. I'm almost done with the beach. I don't like a candle lasting too long. It fucking annoys me. Oh man, I blew this out by accident. Okay, now I have to. I'll just leave it. It's Friday, Friday. Gonna get. What's the next candle I'm gonna light? Well, I'm glad you asked. I have a couple over there that are in the jars, which I hate, but I have to use them. One's like a limoncello flavor. One's like a Midsummer Night's Dream. I might do the summer themed ones and like bang those out before fall. Because you don't feel like come late September, you don't feel like lighting up a summery candle. Like come October, hell no. You're over it. You need apple smells, you need pumpkin smells. So yeah. The store probably closed and they probably couldn't find another Starbucks to accept it. Yeah. You're right. Guys, I have mailbag stuff. Let's see what it is. I wish I had a little ditty. Maybe I could put on a ditty while I open these. And of course, as always, guys, if you want to send me something to open on air, send it to this P.O. box here. All right, let's do this has been sitting under my desk for a while. What would this be? This is from Hunter! For opening packages and such. P.S. There's a keto-friendly candle on the way. What? No. No, there isn't. How could such a thing exist? What is this? What is this? Desk Bunny? Okay, this looks effing adorable. Oh my god, this is so cute. Oh my god, I love this. I actually freaking love this because I don't have any scissors on my desk and I'm always like looking for some and I look like an idiot. Look how cute. It's a bunny. What? Oh, my ears. No. Look how perfect this is. And these just look like regular school scissors. Oh, these are nice. Oh, I can feel that. It feels nice. These are just regular school scissors that don't even look like bunny ears, but they are. This is so freaking cute. This alone would be so cute. But no, it comes with a carrot with green paper clips that look like carrot leaves. This is so clever. I love this. Oh my god, now I have to buy green paper clips from now until I die. Keep this going. Oh my god, even the paper clips are in the shape of leaves. We'll see when they all go together. Wow. Okay, so this thing itself has a magnet on the side, a magnet on the top, and then there's a magnet on his belly. So it attaches like that. And then I guess what? You just stick. Oh my god! You just stick it in. You just stick it in like that. Oh, that is adorable. Thank you, Hunter. This is so cool. Look at that. They just stick up like that. I think only a certain amount will stick. How cute is that? Oh my goodness. Thank you, Hunter. This is so funny and cute. All right. Wow. That's awesome. I like it when something is useful and cute. It's not enough just to be useful. It has to be in the shape of an animal. Wow, look at that. That's funny. Should I cut something with it? Oh my god, it works. Look at that. I love it. This is so cute. Aww. Yay. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Well, there's no way anything's gonna top that, so might as well just hang it up for the day. Should I keep these little papers? No, I don't. Good. What's this? I regress to age 7 after getting the bunny. Maybe. Maybe. It's true. What's this? Steak candle? Is this from you, Hunter? Warning, burn within sight. Look at the typo. Burn within sight. Keep away from flammable objects. Keep out of the reach of children, pets. Candles are not edible. Do you read that, Melanie Mac? Trim wick before use. Do not burn candle for more than 2 hours at a time. Stop when burning half of the wax. When half inch of wax remains. From Moy Sense. This smells like meat. Is that what you're telling me? Oh my god. Oh, wow, look at this. And this is funny. It's a keto candle. It's literally like a little steak dinner. Oh my god. Is this something men would like since it's the shape of a steak? Gee, I wish I could open this. I wish I had something to help me open it. What? It's my scissor. Cut it like a savage. Wah! This is ridiculous. Doesn't it look like a real little meal? Carrots, string bean. I think this is a zucchini. Oh my god, these all have little wicks on them. That's adorable. Oh my god, thanks, Hunter. Okay, I'm gonna light this as soon as this one's done. Aw, wow. That's so fun. I love a meat candle. I've never had one before. That's funny. That meat candle. Let's read more about the Death Bunny. Aw. Lift the bunny ears to get scissors. The magnetic carrot holds the paper clips together for easy access. That's so freaking cute. Yeah, and it's only supposed to have a few at a time. Hop, hop, hop onto your desk to help you organize this desk bunny. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this text here. Hop, hop, hop onto your desk to help you organize is the desk bunny. Scissors and clip holder brings a yummy carrot to share with you too. Hold its ears upright and the scissors are ready to be used while the magnetic carrot on its tummy can hold paper clips. He's helping. Yay! And it was even in a very cool little package. It's probably from Malaysia. Don't tell me. Aw. I love it. That has been this week's mailbag. Tune in next time for more mailbag. Okay. Deranged lunatic. You need a bigger shelf. You're running. I am. This is not helping my hoarding instincts. But that's okay. I can just get rid of these pesky books and make it all toys. And some of these are like toys and stuff, like merch I got from previous jobs, like that I don't really feel passionately about. But again, it was free, so I took it home. Accident seller. Do you prefer Mac or Windows? I've used Win, but turned to Mac as they are so cool, hip, and trendy. Very pretty colors and buttons. I'm so gay. I'm actually doing the reverse of what you're doing. I initially started with a regular PC, but then as I got, I don't know, I think more into maybe streaming or more, becoming more of like letting my artistic side out more, then I gravitated towards a Mac. So I have a Mac, I have a MacBook laptop, but my current computer is like it's a PC. It's like a one screen, and you can actually zoom in using your fingers. You can zoom in on the touch screen. So now I'm going like more into Windows because I've heard that Windows is actually better for streaming. So the next computer I buy is going to be like dedicated for streaming, and maybe I'll have to just build it myself. But it is pretty, and it's more aesthetically pleasing. Macs are, but maybe not the best for streaming. So there. Mark's art. What's up, Mark? Good morning, Chrissy. I see you are still making friends all over the internet. Why do so many people have no sense of humor? Have you seen Sound of Freedom? I haven't seen Sound of Freedom yet. I will. I'm gonna see it this weekend. I gotta look at the times. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are on Twitter, but if you were, you probably saw me fighting with this guy David, who writes for like Israel Weekly, and he was trying to call me an anti-Semite, and I was like, bro, they're called jokes. And it blows my mind because I figured people are smarter than this, but I guess they're not. That when you joke about something, that doesn't mean that that's your actual real feelings, especially a comedian whose job it is to make people laugh. And I think what he also didn't understand too is Friday Night Tights is a lot of inside jokes for the community, for the fandom. And so if you're just coming in, if you're, just watching one random episode, like you may not understand a lot of the jokes and references and recurring themes that go on. And I could see how a newbie would mistake that for hate speech if you're retarded, but it's not. We're just having fun. I'm just trying to make the guys laugh. That's really all. But some people have a problem with that because if you're obsessed with pushing your agenda, you're going to look for anything that supports that. Accident color. I love a meat candle. I never had one before. Chrissy, 2023. Your husband is like, am I a joke to you? No. He's playing with his son right now. I think they're doing some sort of video game situation. Kayla! There's actually a radio station called K-Love. And I think of you, Kayla, every time I'm listening to the radio because I'm very old school when it comes to my car culture. Like I drive a piece of shit car and I kind of love that. It's kind of part of my aesthetic. I've never had a new car in my life just because there's no reason for that. Just drive a piece of shit car till it falls apart and then get another piece of shit car and then rinse and repeat. So I just listen to the radio in my car. I don't sync it to my Bluetooth. I don't sync it to my phone. My appliances, my phone and my car do not become one as soon as I set foot. I think that's stupid. I think the car is like one of the last few places that still, I don't know, feels like it's your car. The energy of the car should be radio and directions on your phone. I don't think the car and the phone should talk to each other. I know that's really, I'm weird for saying that. Of course, when I go out of town and I get a rental, which is like usually a newer car, I will try to sync up the directions to the car just because I usually have nowhere where I'm going. I have no idea where I'm going and I need as much help as I can get in terms of like the GPS. But with my own car, just tootling around town, going back and forth to the gym, like, no, I keep it old school. I do my radio. I have the windows down. I don't like a lot of AC. I'm so weird in that way. I'm like anti-AC. I think I get that from my dad. He would just do it in small spurts and he would just do windows down. I know that's weird. Mangus, Jamal jokes about being a good father, but that doesn't mean he is. He is. Same concept. That's funny. And drive slow. Is it really? Is it really a German thing? He's so anti-air conditioning. I don't know if that's because it was expensive growing up and like we weren't making a lot of money when we were little. And he was always like, don't turn the AC on. Like, stick your head in the freezer if you're really that hot. And always in winter, like, we're not putting the heat on. Just put a sweater on. Like, I'm very much raised in a suck it up household. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, if there's mold on the bread, guess what? Cut it off and just go on with your life. Just cut around it. Eat around the mold. You're gonna lose more people on the agenda if you push if you ram it down other people's throats. Oh, thanks. You've heard of K-Love? Okay, cool. Sweet. Nice cars are pointless. Nice cars are stupid. Also, like, they don't have very much personality. An old car has tons of personality. I love the quirks of my shitty car. I love that I have the mirror is hanging off. It's just taped up. It's been that way for 2 months, since May. Yeah. I knocked into something. I didn't get it fixed because I didn't want to. Actually, my sister-in-law is like, I can order that car part for you from eBay and just fix it by myself. I'm like, what? I didn't know you could do anything without a mechanic's blessing. Yep. You have a heavily modified car. Good night, mister. Ooh. I mean, if I ever get really rich one day, yeah, I think an Audi would be nice just because it's a beautiful car and they go fast and it's like a piece of art. But I love shit boxes so much. They're so great. Okay, we talked about the Manatee. My first car was, I think I've talked about this. It was very first car was a 1995 Jeep Cherokee. It was red. Oh, I drove it to high school. It had my college stickers on the back. Oh my God, it was great. It was so fun. It was like a fun car, but it wasn't new. And my dad at the time drove a black Jeep, but it was stick shift. And I could like hear like the chugging of the engine. It was like I could hear it. I could always hear it like pulling up. I always knew when he was home because that car was so noisy. And then when I went to college, I drove a 1986 white. No, I think the second car after that was a 1987 Cadillac DeVille white. I think dark. I had some kind of a dark interior. Maybe it was like a wine colored interior. That was such a pimp mobile. Every time somebody would get in, it'd be like, "Brrr, car is leveling." Like this button would light up. "Brrr, car is leveling." I was like, what? Oh, but that thing, it would float down the street. It felt like driving a couch. It was so cool. And then I crashed it. And then there was a 1986 tan Cadillac that we were going to use for parts, but then I ended up just driving the parts car because the other one was so fucked up. And I was annoyed because that one was not as pimp looking as the first Cadillac. It was like tan and it was like, it had no personality. And then what car did I drive after that? That might have been it. And then I lived in Brooklyn and Queens for a million years and I didn't get another car until this Ford Focus, the 2010. Yep. You gotta drive them into the ground. There's no other way. I think my current car has like 160 or 170K miles on it. Oh, yeah, there's something about driving a Jeep as a, like, 17-year-old. There's nothing cooler. You're on top of the world. I was a lifeguard, and I had a Jeep. Like, that's peak living right there. You're on the second car of my life. Yeah, I mean, I only really bought this car. The other 2, were, like, free or very cheap that my dad got from a friend. And in fact, this car I currently have was free, and I put like $1,600 into it because when I first got it, I didn't drive it for several months, and the belt dried out and it got all fucked up. Anyway, Young Pei Chang, some 90s cars qualify for historic vehicle plates. Oh, wow. We were a Jeep household, and my mom drove a 2002 Grand Jeep Cherokee Laredo, I think. It was like graphite, dark gray. She loved that. Man, she loved Jeeps. My mom was a Jeep fanatic. She's like, I like to sit up high. She's obsessed with sitting up high. Maybe because she was short. Marcus Art, first car was an 86 Chevy Cavalier hatchback. I had to replace the entire exhaust system from the engine to the muffler. It was a tough little car and was still running good when I traded it in. Oh, that's awesome. I love a good car memory. What's up, accident? Yo, nothing beats that sweet 70s car aesthetics. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, the belt needed to be replaced because I would go to drive it, and the steering wheel was so stiff, I could barely turn it. I could barely get it to the mechanic. It was a little scary. Yep, 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 yep. Good times. Okay. You guys wanna hear about airport drama? I do. Oh, this I wanna talk about because I think I know this girl, and I think it's hilarious that she's made news. I think she's stand-up comedy adjacent. Like, I think we follow each other, and I think maybe we chat online occasionally, but I love that she's made the news. Ventriloquist 38 and TLC star who spends $50,000 a year caring for her 38 puppet children opens up about a desperate search for love after being dumped by fiance when she refused to give up her dolls. I know the feeling. A puppet obsessed woman who was dumped by her fiance after she refused to give up her doll children has revealed she is once again looking for love and still hopes to get married one day to a man who will support her $50,000 a year figurine collection. How is she? I'm so confused. Ventriloquist April Brucker, 38, who now lives in Las Vegas, ended up single in 2010. I mean, that was 13 years ago. When the man she was planning to wed gave her an ultimatum and forced her to choose between him and her dolls. I mean, but if it's how she makes her living, that's kind of silly to that's a silly ultimatum to give somebody if that's their job. Fast forward 13 years later, and April is now the proud parent of 38 puppets, whom she refers to as her children. Okay. And she's yet to find Mr. Right despite receiving letters from male admirers across the globe. Well, she's got suitors. Speaking exclusively of DailyMail.com, the blonde who found fame on TLC's My Strange Addiction admitted, I'm just desperately seeking Mr. OK. And Mr. OK has to be a man that likes puppets. That's number one. Is that so much to ask? And he's got to have a good sense of humor. So that's where I'm at. I'm still desperately seeking Mr. OK. Okay, we have.
I am getting a lot of attention on social media from guys. One guy wrote me in Croatian, and it was the first fan letter that I ever got in Croatian. And I get fan letters from all around the world from men who have read about my fiance dumping me, me dumping the fiance for the puppets. And they want to marry me and take me far away and stuff. And so one guy writes me in Croatian that I'm beautiful. He wants to rescue me and my puppets. He wants to hold me. He wants to kiss me. I'm just desperately seeking Mr. OK. That's where I'm at now. As a matter of fact, I'm just desperately seeking Mr. OK. And Mr. OK has to be a man that likes puppets.
All right. Do any of you guys like puppets? Would you be down for this? Oh, better in that video than she does in this photo. Maybe she's just better with long hair. Okay, she's got a Trump puppet. There she is. Okay. Her relationship, I guess, ended in 2015. Oh my God, she's all out there. Okay. She gets mail from prisoners. I used to have a prison pen pal once. Came out of the blue. I got a request from something called Core Link or Cores Link, which is like a prison internet server. I don't know how this guy found me, but we would email back and forth. I'd be like, "How's prison?" I didn't even know what to ask him. And then he was like, "How'd you get into comedy?" I was like, "I think we're done here." Okay. She's getting a lot of attention from social media, from guys. One guy wrote me in Croatian. Okay. He said he's beautiful. She should have gone for the Croatian. If he's down with the puppets and thinks she's hot, why not? So I tried to get him to buy a calendar, and he said, I cannot receive mail where I'm at. Oh, that sounds like a scam. And so I said, would you like an autographed photo of my puppets and I? Because I'm thinking maybe he doesn't want to spend money on that stuff. And he says, I can't receive mail where I'm at, but in 50 years, I hope to hold you. What? I'm reading a little bit. Oh, he's in prison. Okay. 50 years. Wait for me. It'll just be 50 years. How old is he now? He might not make it. April isn't sure how her mother would react if she were to marry an inmate, though. While she admitted, with my mother, I would never hear the end of it. So, you got to draw a line somewhere. The My Strange Addiction star also revealed there is a downside to being in the public eye and maybe I should interview her, putting herself out there on social media. I love it. I love the whole thing. I mean, does she sleep? She's cute. She's cute, guys. Does she sleep with the puppets in the bed? Like, what is she doesn't wear pants. Okay, she's probably fun, if you know what I mean. Like, just by these photos, I can tell she's fun. But can you get down with the puppets? It's the big question. I've heard some people that have raised a lot of red flags, but thankfully, I've had a lot of good support around me. I try to put up boundaries with some people, but not all my encounters have been bad. However, April said she's yet to meet Prince Charming, but she's daydreaming about the day she'll walk down the aisle. I would like to get married, and I would like all my puppets to be at my wedding. Well, at least you'll save money on food. I would like some of them to be my bridesmaids and groomsmen. Okay, all right. She explained, adding that she would definitely get hitched in Sin City. But for the time being, April's children keep her very busy and also help her earn a decent living. Well, there you go. I just got new 2 characters last week, and I was so overjoyed when they came in the mail. I was so excited. I have 38 children now, she revealed. When asked how people react to her calling the puppets her kids, April replied, I know they're not real children, but they're my children. People refer to their cats and dogs as children all the time. April's children certainly cost her a few dollars, and she admits to spending up to $50,000 on them per year. I mean, that's like, okay, if you run a business, your business expenses could total that easily in a year. So this is her business. So that's not so insane. I've been lucky enough to make this a career, and it's paid off. For instance, as a writer, you need a new laptop every once in a while because you can't write without a laptop. I can't perform without these guys. So if they look ratty, nobody wants to book them. So the financial upkeep can be an uphill battle, but it's worth it. It's always worth it. But I work a lot, and that's where the puppets pay off because I did a 9-month residency here in Vegas. Oh, wow. Good for her. So even though I spend money, it's like I spend money to make money by Yeah, it's a business expense. It's not like she's just home doing nothing. As well as performing shows in New York City, Los Angeles, and a 9-month residency in Las Vegas, April has also released a book about ventriloquism called Don't Read My Lips. That's cute. That's Biden. I love a puppeteer. Or was this supposed to be her? Aw. Okay, I think I have to interview this girl. Despite being well established in the world of ventriloquism, April still strives to perfect her craft every single day. I practice all the time, every day, because practice makes absolute perfect, she explained. And the more you practice, the more perfect you get. As a matter of fact, that's one thing that's interfered with my dating life is I have to perfect these guys. I always have to practice. So she should date maybe another artist who has a similar commitment, or just someone who's okay with it. I am notorious for being out with people and they're like, April, I want to stay out late. And I say no because I have to get home and practice. Wow. However, she's adamant that her addiction to ventriloquism isn't unhealthy. I don't know that I would call it an addiction. I mean, if she's performing in Vegas, it's paying off. I would call it a passion and I would say it's a calling. Maybe it's an addiction, but not all addictions are bad. Addiction is a word that kind of is locked and loaded. I don't think it's bad. Although, I mean, if she sleeps in the bed with her puppets, that's where I would draw the line. Although April's dedication leaves very room for a romantic relationship, she said she doesn't regret choosing her puppets over a man. It was the best decision I made for myself because not only did I choose my puppets, but I chose myself. And since that time, I've become a professional ventriloquist. I have not regretted this decision, and I never looked back. Good for her. Let's find her a man. Guys, anybody? Anybody? Yes, she is the master of puppets. She could date a puppet maker. Would you guys? Would any of you? Would you? I think we're friends on social media. Let me see. Do we follow each other? I've known of her for years. Okay, she's not on Twitter. Let's see if she's on Instagram. April Brucker. Oh my God, they. Uh-oh. All right, well, I'll follow her. Let's see. I think it would be a good interview. Okay, we'll see what happens. Could be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. Let's see. Am I going to make it to the gym today? Should I go? I should go. I haven't been in a while and I was fatter today than before. Let's see if there's okay, there is a 12:30. If I leave right now, I could make it. Okay, let's do it. Let's go to the gym. This was fun. It's fun to be back. I missed you guys. I know it's just me talking to myself, but I feel your presence in the chat. Accident seller. Girl says to her mom, I want Barbie and G.I. Joe. Mom says, doesn't Barbie come with Ken? Girl replies, no. Barbie comes with G.I. Joe. She fakes it with Ken. That's funny. You hook up with G.I. Joe, but you settle down with Ken. Accident seller. Why doesn't Barbie get pregnant? Ken comes in another box. That's funny. Jeremy David. I hear she's very controlling. Oh, really? Oh, because of the puppeting. I feel your presence, Cranberry. I do. I know. I feel the same way. I'm more bothered by the pronouns than the puppets. But we'll press on. I think she'd be an interesting interview. Okay, y'all. Thank you for tuning in to Mayor in the Morning. I will see you on FNT at 4:00 Eastern on Nerdrotics channel. Thank you, Hunter, for my desk bunny. This is great. How did I not already own something like this? It's the real shock. And for the meat candle, that really looks like the real thing. I'm going to take a bite of it. You guys are the best. I will see you next.